Action. Action. Welcome back to Coming This Summer. I guess we can call this a better late than never.
Yeah.
Halloween edition.
Super late than never.
Well, I think we should come up with movies that I don't want to call them hidden gems. So I was looking for something. I wanted to do some more Halloween reviews as we move closer to Halloween. Because there's a bunch of horror movies. And there's a bunch of that get put out every year that get overlooked.
Yeah.
I was going through Netflix the other day. And
as you do.
As you do.
As you do.
You can't, you have so many choices, like, I don't care. So they have this horror section for Halloween time or whatever. Okay. It's the spooky season or whatever.
Sure.
So...
And they put anything and everything
some
is
things
closely resembling.
Right.
Yeah.
So I see this movie, it's called Bone Tomahawk. I'm like, what the hell? That's a weird ass name, but it's Kurt Russell in the front. And I'm like, all right, Kurt Russell. And I watched the trailer. The trailer alludes to almost like it's some kind of zombie Western. And I'm like, oh, I write it down. I'm going to watch this. So like a couple days later, I watch it. It's not a zombie movie.
No.
It's a Western horror.
Are there zombies though?
There's like,
it's creatures.
It's a monster. It'd be more of a horror monster movie than a zombie movie.
Is there just one singular?
No, it's like a whole tribe of these monster things. So it's a Western horror with these weird comedy elements that work. It almost like think Hot Fuzz, but not dialed up to
Okay, I was thinking of that. What was the Samuel L. Jackson, Hateful Eight or whatever? Like that super comedy, like...
See, but this isn't like funny.
No.
But you have like a couple characters that just happen to be funny in a world that it makes sense.
All right.
Like they just say ridiculous shit and you're like, oh, that guy's an idiot.
Okay.
But the movie starts out, it's a small little whatever town
It's a small world after all.
Missouri or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Continue.
Actually, I'm sorry. The movie starts out with David Arquette and another actor, and it's Red Dead Redemption, like I told you.
Oh.
They're killing some like innocent people, and they're like taking their stuff.
Okay.
And here comes the cavalry, and they see them in the distance. So like, we gotta book it. So they try to take off. They climb up a trail. They stumble onto Native American Indian burial ground, and David Arquette's like, I'm not walking on that. And the other guy's like, come on, or we're gonna. Arrow hits.
So the movie's like classic, but not tropey.
It's weird. That's what I'm saying. Like,
that's kind of the vibe I'm getting.
It sets you up like a horror movie because they like the one dude gets killed immediately, and you don't really see him. He's like all in black, or he's like very black looking, and then David Arquette runs, and then it's like Bone Tomahawk.
Oh fuck yeah!
Right.
I love a good title card.
So then it cuts to the talent. Kurt Russell's the sheriff.
Okay. Just the preface. Haven't seen it.
Right. I'm explaining to Ryan.
Right.
So I'll go quick here.
No, you're good.
So. It cuts to the town in the bar. Matthew Fox, who was in a bunch of TV shows and movies, he was Racer X and Speed Racer. That's the best. I always say that because that's one of my favorite movies that I've watched 1,000 times. So he's not, to me, he's not a great actor. He's a good character actor.
Always find a way to bring up Speed Racer.
Speed Racer. But he's like the richest person in town. They don't say that, but it's clear. He wears like the almost Michael J. Fox. Like it's so over the top with this cowboy. It's like really nice. Like white tan cowboy
like when
suit
you
that's
see a
not
level
dirty.
100 dude walking around in Red Dead Online,
right? Like that dude's got thousands of dollars.
Money.
You know,
that dude's been playing some poker.
So like they introduce him by him going in the bar and telling the bar. There's this whole scene where he's like, everyone's drunk in the bar and they're all laid out, and he's like, you know, there's this little funny scene where he's got to pay the piano guy, and it's this whole thing. But they introduce you the character. That's all you get. Like that's him. That's his personality. Cool. David Arquette comes into the bar. After, like, they show him burying something, and then he comes into the bar and he's just drinking. And then you get this old guy who's the assistant deputy who goes and tells, and the opinion, he's the comic relief that it's not supposed to be. But he tells Kurt Russell somebody's suspicious in the bar, and he goes to interview him. David Arquette ends up getting shot in the leg by Kurt Russell.
Shit. And Kurt Russell's the sheriff,
He's
right?
the sheriff.
Okay, yeah.
He's the no-nonsense sheriff, you know, and he doesn't say a lot. But anyway, they have to go.
It's like the perfect role for him.
It is. It's great.
Okay.
Patrick Wilson, who's in every horror movie in the last 15 years, it cuts to he's
every single one.
And it's just unnecessary sex scene that they have to throw in with his wife to set up the fact that you like his wife, right?
So it's rated R, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they can.
Yeah.
So they will, you know.
So she's like the backup doctor. So after Kurt Russell shoots him, they're like, take him to jail, go get the doctor. The doctor's too drunk, so they got to get her.
Nice.
So he sends the rich dude to bring her to go get her. He's like, go get. So he goes and gets her, and Patrick Wilson's like, you make a move on my girl, I'll shoot you. It's all Western.
Oh my god.
So she gets there to fix him. They all leave. They go, you know, my other deputy, who's like a regular deputy, will escort you home when you're done. That's the whole beginning of the movie.
Right.
Next day, everyone's gone and missing, and they're like, "What the hell happened?"
Oh.
The bartender, they show like his stable boy get murdered, but they don't show the creature human again. And now they're on a rescue mission because Patrick Wilson, who has a broken leg,
They got to go save her.
they got to go save her. But Patrick Wilson, they showed in that scene that he's got a broken leg because he fell off the roof, and he's trying not to have it infected. But he's like, "I'm going anyway."
Shit.
So you got a crippled dude, the sheriff, his like 70-year-old deputy, and the rich guy.
Why
All
does the
go
rich
to
guy
say
go?
because like he's the most experienced at shooting people in the town, and he shot over 100 Indians and da 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 da. But like every personality is completely different than the other personality.
Yeah, we got to have our D&D party.
Right?
Yeah.
And they go on this. It's like they bring in another Native American to tell them like, "Hey, this is who did it. You don't want to mess with them. You'll die."
Okay.
It's like 5 days away, and then that whole movie is like them trying to get to the rescue thing, and things are getting like worse.
Wait, the journey's 5 days away of where they have to go?
Yeah.
But if they wake up and everyone's gone, how did the people who kidnapped the other guys get there in one day?
They've been following David Arquette from the beginning of the movie. Like he retreats from that town, and then after the title card, it's basically supposed to be like he ran to the town over the course of a couple days.
Okay.
So like,
Got it.
they basically track them over the course, trying to go back, and they're behind like 12 hours.
All right. That's pretty cool.
Right?
Yeah.
So they find the cave. It's bad. I mean, like I don't want to spoil the beginning. The whole thing is.
I like the setup.
It
sounds cool.
It's super suspenseful because they're worried constantly that they're going to get ran up on by bandits, not just these crazy cave-dwelling Native Americans. They look crazy. They all have these like shells in their neck, and that's how they communicate. They make like these weird visceral sounds, and they got like the bones. It's supposed to be like super ancient.
The Bone Tomahawk.
It's crazy.
Is there a Bone Tomahawk? A tomahawk made of bones?
There is a couple scenes.
Do we find out why it's called that?
I think it's just called that for impact, but there's some scenes where there's some tomahawks made out of bones that do some.
Okay.
It gets really gruesome and very sad and murdery towards the end.
What would you,
Not a super happy ending,
yeah,
but it's a pretty cool ending.
Okay. What would you give it out of 10?
I'd probably give it an 8.
Wow.
It's I'm not a huge Western fan either, but this is like on the level of like classic Western.
I like Red Dead.
It feels like a Red Dead mission. Like if you just stretched it out
yeah.
with cut scenes of them doing the camping and all the hiking.
All right. Well, I'll give it a go.
I would recommend it for Halloween if you've never seen it. It's on Netflix. It's got a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, wow.
75% audience score. It's definitely it's 2 hours.
Oh,
so
not
it's
like
a slow,
2 hours and 45 minutes.
No, it's
like
a slow burn,
Westerns.
but it's like the slow part is awesome because it's a lot of awesome scenery shots and like them from a mile. Like the dude, they have to. His legs getting infected, and at one point, there's a scene where they have to like break it, which they cut right at the last second. But
even in a rated R movie,
they show everything until the hammer. Like it's almost too much at that point. Like it's oozing and festering, and now we're gonna smash him with a hammer. Ryan's like,
maybe some people want to see that. Yeah, why would you cut away from that? The fuck is wrong with you?
But I definitely like something new, and if you like Kurt Russell, I mean, he's amazing.
Dig me some Curdy R, some Curdy Russ.
And nobody has plot armor, and there's some actual nice twists of who you think is going to die and who you think is going to survive. So that alone makes it worth watching.
Cool. Damn, dog. Give it a try. You should too. Better late than never.
Yeah.
Bone Tomahawk.
What a Pixar Disney movie cost.
Yeah.
So a $30 million opening isn't the end of the world for them like it would be if Inside Out 2 opened.
Inside Out was 200 million?
200, 250. And it's coming out now that there was a bunch of crunches. They laid off a bunch of employees after the movie, but they were working 7 days a week, like 18 hours a day to get that movie out. Because we talked about how fast it came out. That's the difference. And that still cost 250. And Wild Robot's probably an $80 million movie, because that's been the trend of the last couple DreamWorks movies.
Well, they go differently and like stylized with their animation.